This is the noob, and I'm just going to quickly in this video go over wxIrrlicht, the changes I made to it, and how I'm handling issues I ran into with the updating of the Irrlicht window itself, causing slowdown and freezes in wx widgets. So inside of this file, Serenity Editor, Serenity 3D underscore frame, I have this part in the on play clicked, which is what happens when the play button is clicked, which I'll show when I run it, where it is setting up the wxIrrlicht panel, and then it just starts rendering, and then it pits all of this into the scene. This is basically just the hello world example from Irrlicht. I just took the code from that and added it here. I'm not going to explain this. If you understand Irrlicht, you understand what this stuff is doing. So, when it starts rendering, this is the wxIrrlicht class. And if we go down to on mouse, because right now the way it's set is when it only updates when you move the mouse over it, which actually, let's go to on go to the render function. Yeah, so here in the render function, this part right here checks to see if the mouse is in the window, and if it is in the window, it'll set this variable to true, or else it'll set this variable to false. So in the on render, I'm gonna be skipping around. So in the on render, which is here, if that variable we just checked is true, then it draws this updates the scene and stuff. Else it just calls yield, which I believe will just cause Irrlicht to sleep or wait, pause or whatever. So it only renders right now if the mouse is over the window. If it's not over the window, it does nothing. Now I could take this and just have this. Well, let's run it right now. See what happens with that. So you see my mouse is over the window. This panel. This is the wxIrrlicht panel right now, and it's updating fine. Now I'll just take the mouse off, and you notice it stopped updating. And this is fine when you're in the same tab or when you haven't stretched the window out. But let's say I switch to this tab and then switch back. We see that like the panel hasn't refreshed. It won't do that until I move the mouse back over. So now I just move the mouse back over and it updates again. So that's the issue we run into now with it having to do it only when the mouse is over it. So now to just show what happens when it just updates regardless of if the mouse is over it or not, we'll just do this. Oops. And so now it's not even going to check if this variable is true or false, so it doesn't matter if the mouse is over it or not. And it'll just update the scene every time on render is called, which is anytime the render, anytime the wx widgets is updating that panel. So, and we'll go ahead and run this play again. And we see it's updating regardless now. So we see if I try to switch tabs, everything starts messing up. Like, yeah, like this is like the whole thing is basically completely frozen out. It's hard for me to, like, right now I'm clicking between these tabs and you see sometimes it updates, sometimes it isn't. Like, things are just, I have to click on stuff like multiple times. Everything is just not updating at all. It's hard for me to like show this, but I am clicking on stuff and things are not happening. Like, I clicked on viewport just now and nothing happened. I could try to double click on it. Eventually it might go to it, it might not. If I try to switch to the assets tab, nothing happens. Now it's happening, but it's not updating this tab at all now either. And I'm switching back and I gotta wait for everything else to update again. So it's like, it completely breaks wxWidgets if I try to update it every time wxWidgets tries to update this panel, and I can't even stop it. I can't close it right now either. To close it, I'm gonna have to go into and abort it from code blocks. So that's the issue I'm running into now, where it basically I have to do that. I also am just to make a note of this. I am currently on wxIrrlicht 1.8, basically the version that's installed, because I'm on Ubuntu right now, and this is the version of wxIrrlicht that's installed from the repos, from the Ubuntu repo. So I haven't tried this out with the 1.9 branch yet, so I'll make a follow-up video if that changes anything, but that's the issue I'm running into right now.